Hi, welcome to the first part of my journey through F1-25 driver career. In the last video, we looked at the settings I am using for this career. This is a log to show and record my progress through F1-25. I have set the difficulty at 75% and hope to be increasing this as needed. By selecting medium race distance, it will allow at least one pit stop and to different set of tires. Qualifying will be a one-shot, and each practice session is 30 minutes. I aim to get faster throughout each season, perfecting race strategies and setups. Let's get down to it. First, practice at Australia. Firstly, let's look at setup.
The long wait is over. This is it, a brand new season. And before the show gets well and truly underway, we've got the all-important matter of a free practice session. It's great to be back.
Okay mate, this is the first running of the real car. Now I know it's a big ask, but let's get some useful data and get you used to how the practice sessions work. Let's start the season as we mean to go on, eh? I know we can have a great year, so let's go.
I have a personal car setup that I have used prior and feel comfortable with. As the game is so new, this could be looked into further and tweaked for better balance. I have selected front aerodynamics, front wing at 23, rear wing at 15, diff on at 75, diff off at 45, front camber at -3, 5 rear camber at -2, front toe out at 0, rear toe out at 0.1, front suspension at 41, rear suspension at 1, front anti-roll at 1, rear anti-roll at 3, front ride height at 21, rear ride height at 48, front brake bias at 54. Brake pressure at 100, front tires at 29.5 and rear tires at 20.5. So, we have 3 practice programs to complete. I will analyze all the findings together at the end of the session. Race strategy, fuel management, qualifying pace. I will start with qualifying pace first. This is due to me needing to use a soft compound for this challenge. Having a new soft tire allows me to have the most grip and the best chance at completing this objective. As shown, the soft tire is capable of doing 23 laps of this track. However, we need to decide in practice when the tire has lost its performance and is ready to be switched in the race for another compound.
Okay, this is a quali sim. We've estimated the times our closest rivals will be doing, so that's what we need to beat.
Having to use a flashback to perfect the final corner. Tighter lining for a better exit.
Okay. Test complete, and that was a really good job indeed. We got a lot of valuable information out of that. Well done.
Secondly, I will complete fuel management. Using the same soft tire again, it shows it has 21 laps remaining. We can see how the tire feels and performs at this level of degradation.
We're testing fuel management here, so try to lift and coast going into the corners. Don't be too aggressive on the power, but remember, you still have to beat the minimum lap time.
By lifting super early before the braking points, I am able to save fuel. This is most prominent into turn 11 and 13, as I am traveling at the highest speed and using the car's aerodynamics to slow the car. Starting this program I have 4.97 laps of fuel. At the end I have 4.04 laps of fuel, meaning I had used 0.93 per conservative lap.
Program complete and a job well done. We got some excellent data with that run, so come on back to the garage and I can take you through the numbers.
And lastly, to complete race strategy. And again using the same soft tire again, as it shows. It has 18 laps remaining. I can see how the tri feels and performs at this level of degradation.
Okay, let's have some nice steady laps here, please. Just a managed pace, like you would in the race. That's what's going to give us the best data.
Degradation figures at the start of the program. Front left at 19%, front right at 14%, rear left at 19%, rear right at 16%. After lap 3 push laps, it is clear to see where we are losing grip on tires. Front left is at 26%, front right is at 18%, rear left is at 27%, rear right is at 23%. That's it. Now let's analyze the results. Tire degradation seems okay. I was better on lap 2 slightly, by keeping a smoother line. I am also below the pace line, which is positive. This shows I am quicker than the projected time on this tire. I can be conservative with the fuel allowance if I need to be, lifting early before the braking point at turn 11 and 13. This map is a great tool in identifying corners, which can be improved. It allows me to see that I am compromised on the corner exits. As them areas are mostly red, I need to get back on the power sooner. During the qualifying pace program, I have good entry speed into corners as these show as purple or green sections. However, the exit speeds are slow, shown in red. I will try and improve this throughout the race. Tire degradation for me is: front left is at 2.3%, front right is at 1.3%, rear left is at 2.6%, rear right is at 2.3% per lap.
What an incredible practice session that was. But the fun doesn't stop here though. Join us again as the rest of the weekend unfolds.
By leaning the car more onto the right tire, I can hopefully cause more of the right tire to degrade, and thus helping to protect the left tire. This would be beneficial throughout the race, as it would let my tires have better performance through the stint. I could also have a play with the brake bias. By shifting this, it would allow me to decide whether to use more of my front or rear tires. This can help during the race to stay in a competitive window if racing amongst other cars. Finishing first practice, it showed I managed to get first position. The difficulty will need increasing. Hi, welcome back. Today we are continuing with our driver career. I aim to get faster throughout each season, perfecting race strategies and setups. As I've said before, I'm not the fastest racer. This channel is a log to show and record my progress through F1-25. So let's recap. I have set the difficulty at 75% and hope to be increasing this as needed. I have selected medium race distance to allow at least one pit stop, and to different set of tires. Qualifying will be a one-shot, and each practice session is set for 30 minutes. I will be keeping flashbacks off through qualifying, and on through the race and practice. I've chosen to disable flashbacks for qualifying to keep things challenging, and to focus on delivering one consistent fast lap. However, I will keep flashbacks enabled for practice and the race, since those sessions are longer, and with a 1-year-old around, distractions are inevitable. I've got competition. You never know when she'll try to set her own lap time. If there is anything I have missed, or anything you would like me to go over, please leave a comment in the section below. To save time, I will simulate the rest of practice. There are 2 challenges left to complete, one in each: fuel management and qualifying pace. Fuel management to stay within the racing line. And qualifying pace to set an optimum third sector. I have managed to complete one challenge in practice 2, and I will complete the last challenge by simulating practice 3. I have gained 300 resources. Let's head into qualifying.
And a warm welcome everybody. We're here in the heart of Melbourne. It's Albert Park and it's qualifying for the Australian Grand Prix.
I am happy with this initial setup and will be using this for qualifying.
goodbye for now then, but really we're just getting started. Make sure to join us again for Lights Out tomorrow.
Looking back, turn 1 and the final 2 corners need to be improved. This is where I am losing the most time to other cars. By having a low downforce package enables me to have a higher top speed. This is where I am able to gain on other cars. However, I only managed to get 19th position. Let's see how the race goes. Now for the race.
The winter is over. It's time for Formula 1 2025. Yes, that long break that you've all been coping with so well can now be put to the back of your minds. It's on-track action and it's off-track drama. That's what we're looking forward to. The Melbourne circuit is certainly one that needs to be taken seriously. It's a combination of slippery surfaces and difficult corners, making it a very tricky track when it comes to overtaking. Drivers find it hard to pass and will need to take full advantage of those DRS zones if they want to have any hope of breaking through. Off the back of a fantastic qualifying session, it's time to see how our starting grid looks like for today's race. Lando Norris put in a fantastic lap yesterday, and he'll start from pole position, with Charles Leclerc alongside. Looking at the rest of today's grid, we have Verstappen, Tsunoda, Oscar Piastri, and Fernando Alonso. Hamilton, Russell, Sainz, and Andrea Kimi Antonelli. Ocon, Stroll, Liam Lawson, and Hülkenberg. Gasly, Doohan, Gabriel Bortoleto, and Alex Albon. Patel and Isaac Hadjar rounds off the grid. That's it then, it's time to go racing as we head down trackside for today's race. So I'm sure there'll be plenty to talk about this afternoon, and who's going to talk about it with us? None other than Naomi Schiff. Hi Naomi. As much as I like testing, and I do love testing, and I've really enjoyed the build-up here and all the speculation, I really want to see some action. And finally today, we get some proper action on the track.
This is always such an exciting time in the season. First of all, it's the first time they'll be racing their new cars. So that's always an exciting thing for drivers to look forward to. But also, they've had a long time off during the winter break. So it's about dusting the cobwebs off, getting the rust off of their bones, and really getting their elbows out there and having some fun.
If we don't want to be stuck near the back for most of the race, you're going to need to push early on. Good luck.
The recommended tires for this session are medium for 9 laps, and hard for 11 laps. In practice 1, I was using the same soft compound for all of the 3 challenges. It showed I had optimum to reduce tire wear throughout. This makes me think I could use soft compound for 9 laps and medium compound for 11 laps. Or the other way around, using the medium tire first and the soft later. The projected times are similar for each. Next, I can set the fuel allowance. As shown in practice 1, I can manage the fuel by lifting earlier before the braking points, short shifting, and by not over-revving. I need to ensure I don't run out of fuel though, so I will set 0.3 laps of extra fuel. As we are in park firm, only the front wing can be changed. I am happy with this setup for the racetrack. Temperature is 28°C, and air temperature is 20°C. Let's go.
That start was okay, now stay alert for threats around you. DRS is being enabled this lap. We can use DRS when you're within 1 second of the car ahead and in the DRS zone. Nice work, mate. That brings you up a place. Watch out for understeer in the wake of the car ahead. Try to get past as quickly as you can. Push, push. Okay, no issues with tyre wear for now. Keep taking care of them. The gap to the car in front is less than 1 second now. Well done. Let's try and get past in the DRS zone. Okay, you're in the top 10. Good job, nice overtake. We're approaching the pit window now, and you're going to be on hards next time. If you think you can get past, make use of the overtake button and see what you can do. Okay, mate, we're going through fuel quicker than we need to, so please let's ease off and make it last. No need to worry about the tyre condition for now, everything's looking good. Push now, we're boxing this lap. Remember, box this lap. Keep an eye on your distance to the speed limit line as you approach and make sure you don't speed. The McLaren drivers just moved into first place. Esteban's in for his stop now. Okay, pit in this lap and remember the speed limit. We'll be penalised if we exceed it. Keep that in mind as you approach. Okay, go, go, go! Your late turning meant we had a slower than planned pit stop, I'm afraid. Great stuff. It looked like you made easy work of that target. Let's try and keep that going right through to the end of the race. That was our last stop. No more scheduled pit stops. Let's go. We've got a lot of spare energy, okay to use your overtake button. pace is strong, but be aware these tyres need to go the distance. Okay, mate, Hamilton's ahead of you. They're holding us up now, so let's please try and get past as soon as possible and get on with our race. Push, push. Okay, really, really good. You hit that target nicely. There's a long way to go in this race, so let's keep it clean. Good job, that was the fastest lap of the race so far. Tyre condition still looking good. Okay, here's the gap that we're trailing the car ahead by, 8.9 seconds. Piastri has just set the fastest lap of the race. We're increasing our gap on the car behind by around a second a lap. Yellow flag. Okay, clear. Green flag. Okay, information on Sainz. Right, they've got a serious car issue. It looks like they're retiring. Use your overtake button more. It's time to... Yellow flag. And that's the end of the race. We'll see you in Parc Fermé.
And here he comes It's all go, go, go for Lando Norris as he takes the checkered flag and wins.
And to get a victory at the first race of the season, this might be a sign of things to come. One thing's for sure is that this performance will be giving the team and the driver relief and confidence going into the rest of the season.
It's time to bring out the bubbly and spray it around. It's our podium celebrations. He holds the trophy aloft, and why shouldn't he? A richly deserved win today for Lando Norris. It's been an absolutely wild weekend of Formula One action, and I can't wait to see what's next.